Welcome to Araz News English, where we share with you latest news of South Azerbaijan community. Iran's President Hassan Rouhani, on his visit to Tabriz city of southern Azerbaijan, was confronted with the national slogans of Turkish people.
On Tuesday, April 21st, Hassan Rouhani went to Tahti Stadium on his visit to Tabriz city. The South Azerbaijani Turks gathered in the Tahti Stadium met Rouhani by throwing national slogans instead of welcoming him. Some of the slogans were as follows: Tabriz is the center of Azerbaijan. It is everyone's right to have education in Turkish language. Urmia Lake is drying up. If Azerbaijan will not wake up, it will be defeated. It is necessary to emphasize that Hassan Rouhani had promised to save Urmia Lake, to open Turkish language center in South Azerbaijan during his election campaign. He also promised to launch education in schools in Turkish, but none of these promises were fulfilled. South Azerbaijan Turkish people have lost their confidence because of the government's lies, and now they do not easily believe in Rouhani and his state. The greatest representation of this is interruption of Rouhani's speech and throwing slogans of interest of Azerbaijan.
The special advisor of the President of Iran, in his interview with Kanun newspaper, presented Turks of Iran as Persians.
Ali Younesi, special assistant of Hassan Rouhani, in an interview with Kanun newspaper, ashamed 35 million Turks living in Iran, calling them as non-Turks but Azeri. He said in the part of his speech, all the people living in Iran are of the same cult, the same language and the same ethnic roots. So do not think that the Turks are separate from the Kurds or have separate roots from the Laurals and the Gaelics. All of them are one and considered Persians. In the same way, in the South Azerbaijan region, the Azerbaijani Turkic language is derived from Persian, Kurdish and Turkic people 100 years brotherhood and language partnership. Younesi, as a continuation of the pan-Persian politics that was started in Pahlavi period, insisted on the application of the assimilation project by ignoring the different nationalities living in Iran and annihilating their culture and tongue by declaring Turks, Arabs, Gaelics and Kurds as Persians.
Turks living in Tehran went on street and protested against the genocide of Gilaluk and Karabakh done by Armenians.
On Tuesday, April 24th, with the support of the Iranian state, Armenians and their supporters, in order to cover up the genocide, made a rally outside of Embassy of Turkey in Tehran. The Turks living in Tehran and South Azerbaijani national activists came to the rally and opposed these protests. Two national activists, Asghar Ferechi and Aydin Golizadeh, who opposed Armenians, were arrested, taken away, and now are in the hands of Tehran national security forces. In this conflict, under Iranian patronage, the Armenians made slogans against the Turks. It should be emphasized that the genocide committed by the Armenians 100 years ago in the cities of Hoy, Salmas, and Urmia of South Azerbaijan will never be forgotten.
In Ankara, the Tabriz Institute organized a conference called Genocide and Persecution by Armenians in the Western Azerbaijan.
On April 21st, an international session was held in Ankara, organized by Tabriz Research Institute, with the support of the Association of Abroad Turks and Relatives. Theme of the conference was Historical Facts in the 100th Anniversary of Armenian Persecution, Armenian Perspectives in the West Azerbaijan Province of Iran. Turkey, North and South Azerbaijan researchers were invited to this event. This conference was made up of 3 sections. It should be emphasized that in 1918, Armenians killed 130,000 Turks in the cities of Urmia, Hoy and Salmas in the West Azerbaijan region. This session was organized by researchers and experts explaining the nature of Armenian issue, Gilaluk and Karabakh issues, and examined in terms of legal, political, economic and sociological aspects.
Director of Telegram channel National Thoughts, Said Minai, was arrested by Iranian security forces and released a few days later.
Said Minai, a South Azerbaijan national activist, was arrested and taken to prison by Iran's security forces on Monday, April 23rd. According to the report of the domestic news, a day before Hassan Rouhani's visit to South Azerbaijan region, Minai posted on Telegram channel of National Thoughts words, "May Urmia Lake not die, may it not turn to the desert." For this reason, he was arrested by the police forces. Again, according to the reports, after the arrest of the National Thought channel's headmistress, this message was deleted from the channel. Iranian intelligence forces who confiscated Said Minai's phone made him delete the message by violating his human rights. Said Minai stayed in custody for 2 nights and was released under 15 million tumens deposit. It should be emphasized that the National Thought was one of the influential social channels in South Azerbaijan. and the subjects written in the channels were in line with the wishes of the people of South Azerbaijan. Intercultural discussions and exchange of ideas were carried out through this channel.
The Publication Committee of the National Resistance Organization published a special issue of Toprak magazine on the occasion of the Kurdish terrorist massacre in Suldus.
Special issue of Toprak magazine was published by South Azerbaijan National Resistance Organization Committee and distributed in the cities of South Azerbaijan. This 15-page magazine described the massacre of the Kurds that happened 39 years ago in Suldus city, South Azerbaijan. It should be emphasized that Mohammed Chehriyari, the governor of the West Azerbaijani territory, supposedly supporter of Kurds and Kurdish terrorists, with the cooperation of the security forces, did not allow the 39th commemoration program of the Turks who died in Suldus, and many South Azerbaijan national activists were threatened. Despite all this, Toprak magazine was published and reached many people.
Racism in the highest levels of the Iranian state. The racist statements were published in so-called reformist newspaper of Tehran Kanun, which is related to President Rouhani. It attracted the reaction of non-Persian nations in the country. On April 21st, the newspaper made an interview with the deputy Ali Younesi. In an interview, the former intelligence minister and the current president assistants on issues of ethnic minorities, Ali Younesi said, "There is only one ethnicity in Iran, and the most non-Persian ethnicities actually have Persian origin. Azerbaijanis are actually not Turks but Persians, and they have been speaking in Turkish for only 300 to 400 years. The Turkish spoken in Azerbaijan has lost its Turkish features and became more Persian. Other ethnicities such as Kurds, Baluchis, Gelikis are also of Persian origin. Arabs who are citizens of Iran are Persians as well, according to some experts. It is normal for Persians in Iran to make more use of opportunities since they are in the majority." End quote. These words are in fact the clear explanation why President Rouhani made a former Minister of Intelligence and ethnic minority assistance. In Iran, racism has become a deep-rooted disease among the Persian society, and almost every day examples of open racism take place in the state institutions, the official media, and society. If the top ethnic minority rulers in the country use such clear racist expressions, there is no longer any need to prove the organized and state-driven racism propaganda in Iran. The reaction of the non-Persian nations to every part of the racist speech of this deputy was outrageous. The virtual environment and social media were filled with the negative reactions for these words. And this reaction reached the country council. 50 Turkish deputies protested against the words of Younesi in the letter they wrote to Hassan Rouhani. After years of struggle of non-Persian nations, the top official of the country still clearly deny all ethnic minority in the country. They do not even make a single mention of the abandoned national and human rights of these people and make up the lies that the Persians are the ethnic majority. In this case, there is nothing left for the non-Persian nations other than to draw their own way for the national identity. It was all news for this week. See you next Saturday on Araz News English.